Hey guys, my name is Kémis Oyiki. I want to make this video just to talk to you about the economical system. So that's the purpose of today's class, just to talk to you about the economical system, because I think it's such an important thing for us to know, to be able to differentiate real power from imaginary power, because that's really what it is. If you know the truth about the economical system, then you're really differentiating what real power is and what fake power is. Because remember what everybody keeps telling us: money is power, money is power, money is power. But what is money really? No one ever sticks around to explain to you what it really is. And I think that is why we have struggled for such a long period to unite ourselves. And the main cause of that is just because we put power on things that doesn't really have power, or that doesn't really need to have power, such as money. So that's why I want to make this video. So the economical system, how was it structured and how did it start? Well, started 500 BC in what is called Kemet. But today, some people call it Egypt. And this is where it started. But when it started here, they weren't using what you call paper currencies, or should I say fiat currencies. They were using gold and sometimes silver. So why were they using gold and silver instead of paper currency or fiat currency? Because because fiat currency means eventually it's going to devalue at some time. So what do I mean by eventually it's going to devalue? Well, fiat currency starts off at zero. So $0, that's where it starts off. And when it starts off at zero, the amount of gold and silver that you have will determine how high it goes up or how low it goes down. So if you don't have a lot of gold or silver, your fiat currency is going to be devalued, because gold and silver is what gives value to your currency. So basically what I'm saying is gold and silver is the real money, and the currency such as dollar or euro or pound, etc., all of them eventually are going to go back to their natural value, which is zero. The reason being is because that's where it starts off, and that's where it always ends up. There is no country in the world that ever keeps the currency rising up, except the country that is capitalistic. So what this means is a country that thrives on taking money from poor people. So what do I mean by thrives on taking money from poor people? For example, a country that teaches people that currency is actually money, when in actuality, like I explained to you, gold and silver is real money. This is all just political game to distract you from understanding real money. Because when you understand real money, there can be no pyramid scheme. If you understand it, then it will be like this. So just straight, no pyramid. So no person at the top as I am the big boss or whatever. And you won't even look at anyone like that, and you won't hate on anyone. Why? Because no one is above you. Because gold and silver comes from where? Comes from the earth. And the earth is everywhere. So why would you go after someone else when you're standing on the earth? So this is why I just want to make this class, because not knowing real money will cause the loss of lives of so many people. And the reason so many people are dying and all those other stuff is because they don't know what real money is. Africa is one of the richest places on the world if they know what money is. And I'm not just saying money is just gold and silver. I mean, yes, it is gold and silver, but what I mean by it's not just gold and silver is money is also copper, iron, and all of those other things. So everything that makes life worth living, basically. Gold and silver is just a tool. And the reason I say use gold and silver as real money is because sometimes you don't have all the resources to be able to extract the things that you need from the earth. So you use gold and silver. Gold and silver. So you use that. Why do you use this? Because gold and silver is the only thing that is always going to be the same. I gave you an example at the beginning of the video saying that 500 years BC, gold and silver was being used by the people in Kemet, also known as Egypt, to trade with each other. Okay? So if you want to trade with each other, this is what you use, gold and silver. And the trading with each other that I'm talking about is not just the people that is in your immediate circumference or whatever you want to call it, but the people who are outside of your currency. Outside of your currency. So if you're using US dollar, and if you want to trade with someone who is using euro, because you don't use euro, so you use gold or silver to trade with that person that is using a currency that is outside of your currency. And this is how it's designed. You're not meant to be using US dollar in a currency that doesn't use US dollar. For example, I'm Sudanese, and if I want to use Sudanese pound or something in America, I would use gold and silver to trade with a person from America. Or if a person from America wants to trade something from Sudan, they would use gold or silver. They won't bring US dollar, because this means nothing. It only means something if you're in America. But if you're outside of that country, it no longer exists. It's just like rubbish, basically. And this is where the big miseducation really comes in. And this is why I'm saying it's such a dangerous thing. Like, we will never ever go above what they call third world country or fourth world country or whatever you want to call it, because we don't know what real money is. Real money is gold or silver, because that's if you want to trade with other parts of the country. But if you're in your country, you use your own you use your own currency. And this is how it's designed since the creation of time, since the creation of what we call the economical system, which is what the class today is about. So, if you want to make your country prosper, or make your continent prosper, or make your people prosper, then I'll give you 5 main things that you need to implement in order to do that. So, number 1 that I told you before, I said proper education of the people. So what do I mean by proper education of the people? Proper education means, in terms of economical system, is being able to tell people that what real money is and how it's used and stuff like that. So real money, like I keep telling you, real money is resources. And this is real money. And the resource that I'm talking about is not just gold or silver. It is also other things that you need in life. If you use your phone and stuff like that, what kind of minerals do you need to extract from the earth to be able to create that phone? And is the phone beneficial to your country to prosper and stuff like that? So all of those things is what you need to analyze in able to identify what real money is. Or is agricultural machinery more important in able to make your country prosper? And sometimes all of these are important, but this is all the stuff that you need to identify. So resources, being able to identify resources is the number 1 key to a flourishing economical system. And number 2, stop promoting other currencies. I'm just gonna say fake money, basically, because that's what it is. So stop promoting currencies of fake money. So what do I mean by stop promoting currencies of fake money? All the time when people are talking to their relatives in Africa or other parts of the continent, what do? They say, hey, I'm gonna send you money and stuff like that. And using the example that I told you before, if you're trading with other countries, you don't use currencies, you use gold or silver. So already you're miseducating your people into thinking that they are lesser of a people, because you're using this pyramid scheme that has been brainwashed to trick you into thinking that the other people are actually lesser. Because like I told you, they all get their resources from the earth. And Africa has the largest landmass geographically in comparison to any other continent on the planet. So how can you help them? Actually, It doesn't make sense. So like I told you, number two, if you want to actually make Africa prosper, stop promoting fake money. Stop sending your relatives money. This is not helping them. You're making them stupider, if that's even a word. You're making them dumber and dumber. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop promoting that. Real money, it comes from the earth. It's not made by in a factory or whatever. It's not made in America or Europe or whatever. Real money comes from the earth. Okay? So number one, resource. Number two, stop promoting fake money. Number three, create an educational system. Create an educational system that will teach the people not only about the country that they're living in, but other parts of the world. Other parts of the world, and how the economical system is run, and what and all this kind of stuff. So educate the people. That's number three. It should, remember, this is not in any chronological order or anything. So you can go put this there, and so on. It doesn't matter. Just these three things that you need to understand before you can actually start talking about, oh, Africa is so poor. How can we make Africa rise? Or leadership is the problem in Africa. It got nothing to do with anyone. Remember what I told you about the pyramid. No one has the power. As long as you're on this earth, as long as you're standing, you have the power. So politician is not going to help you, because they can't help you. Like, it's so dangerous for you to actually let politicians decide on your faith. On your fate, I should say. The most dangerous thing that you can ever do. You have the power to engineer your future how you want it to be. And if you want to engineer in a way that the politicians are going to implement it in the constitution or whatever, then it's you as the people that has to give that knowledge to the politician, not them give you the knowledge. How can they give you the knowledge when they don't live where you live? They probably live in like a big house somewhere, know nothing about your lifestyle, and you're letting them decide on how you should live your life. So stop blaming the politician. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The politician does not have any power. The person who has the power is the person who's standing on this earth. That is everybody, not just the politicians. And number four, understand barter system. Number four, understand barter system. What does barter system mean? Barter system is trading with what you need. And this is the kind of system that we had in Africa before colonization, or before the slave trade and all those other things. Even today, we're still practicing that barter system. So if what barter system is, I will write it here. Barter system. What it is if I have something and you have something that I need, we can trade with each other. We don't need like currency. We don't need gold or silver or anything. Just if I have this thing, okay, I trade it with you. If you have that thing, okay, we trade it with you. And this is how a society is meant to run. And the reason I'm saying this is because environmentally, it is not healthy for the earth for you to constantly be extracting resources constantly, if it's not necessary, of course. Because some people, for example, let's say, I don't want to like seem whatever, but Apple, for example, every year you hear a new iPhone is coming, a new iPhone is coming out, and so on. Why do you need all those new ones when the old one is still working fine? So this is using resource unethically, so wasting resource. And if you waste resource, it is also going to affect the people living in that world. So that's why I'm saying practice barter system. Practice barter system, and this is what's gonna help you in being in tune with the planet spiritually, because this is how we always lived. It's not just how you have this big thing, let's use that, you have that, and so on and so on. We just trade with, if I like what you have, okay, and you like what I have, then we trade, and so on and so on and so on and so on. That's number 4. And now, and the last thing that I want to leave you with is stop relying on people. So stop relying on people. I don't know if you can see this on the board, but stop relying on people. Stop relying on people. A lot of people in Africa, in other parts of the world, in India and whatever, all they do is just sit there. Because they keep looking at life this way. They keep looking at life in a pyramid system. They think if you're in Australia, if you're in America, if you're in Europe or whatever these people call the first world country or whatever, then you have the power. Because they don't know what power really is. And I keep telling you, power is resource, and your ability to be able to use that resource to better your life. So stop depending on other people. And if you're here or other places called the first world country or whatever, stop giving power, fake power to the people back home in Africa or people in Asia or whatever. Anyways, I just want to make this video really short, and so if you have any comments or anything, just post it below, and or anything that you need me to clarify, just let me know. Anyways, this is Inspiring Africans, and I'll see you guys on our next season, because this is the last one. And thank you for joining us.